welcome to another edition of our Tech Tip Tuesday video series. Today we're going to look at the basic layout or views of Google Calendar. And so I have my Google Calendar pulled up, and you can see here I'm in the month of May. You can also see that I am in month view. And you see I start my week on Sunday and it runs through Saturday. So that's the basic layout. If I want to look at a different month, it's very easy. I simply click on this drop-down menu and I can toggle through to a different month. Like I want to go to August, for example. Maybe I want to look at August 5th. And any date I click on here, it's going to take me to my August calendar. And I can see that right here. If I want to go back to the previous date, if I just simply click on today, it'll bring me back to the calendar that I was viewing today. You can also toggle through months by just using these left and right arrows here. If you don't like the month view and you need to get a little bit more, drill down a little bit more, you can change the views over here by selecting this drop-down menu, and you can select to look at by month, by week, by day. Personally, I tend to look at my calendar mostly by week because it gives you a little bit more information at your fingertips. So if I go ahead and get to, here's the current calendar. The reason I knew I wasn't on my current one, these dates that are kind of not quite as bright, as they're a little bit faded. These are dates and appointments that are in the past, and now these are things that are current. You'll notice I have different colors here, and you can decide what your color scheme is for your particular calendar to help you view. Over here in the upper left-hand corner is the menu feature. So if you click on that, it will pull out. This is also a way where you can navigate to the different calendar months if you want to zoom over to June or go back a month to see what you had. But down here is a list of all the calendars that I have, and you can see certain ones are checked. Those are the ones that are actually going to be viewed over here on the main calendar page. If I want to take one of those views away, I simply deselect it, and now those those events are deleted, or at least not viewable on my main calendar. I can put them back on just as easily. But you can decide what color you want to assign these particular calendars, and you do that simply by clicking on the three little dots next to the calendar name, and then here you can select whatever color you want for your particular calendar. So it is a way to help kind of organize and get your calendar so that you can recognize your event versus events that are on other calendars that you have access to or that have been shared with you. These at the top are the calendars that I have rights to add things to, and then these down here at the bottom, let me get this out of the way, these are calendars that I have access to but I cannot create events on. And if you don't want to see it again, you just deselect it. You can also unsubscribe from that particular calendar by simply clicking on the X, and it's basically you're going to remove that calendar. Some of these calendars are from Google Classroom classes that have been created. Basically, anytime you create a class within Google Classroom, it will automatically create a calendar for you. And then if I don't want this menu, I can click on there and it's going to kind of go away. I'm going to go back into month view for a second. Since we're talking about basic viewing, you'll see here that on some of these dates, you can see some of the events, but then on every once in a while, you'll see a place where it tells me I've got more events that I cannot view. And if I simply click on that, it will open up a little window that lets me see all of the events that I actually have scheduled for the day. If I need to look at a particular event a little bit more closely to see what maybe the details of that event are, if I simply click on the event, it's going to pop out with a little window that gives me information about that particular event, anything that I have recorded on that event. And if you see things that have a time next to them, that means that there's a specific time range for the event. If you see something that does not have a time that's at the top, this is an all-day event. And so simply clicking on it will also pop out the menu, but that means it's an all-day event. And if there's any other information that you need, you can go right into it. If this is an event that you have access to, if it's something that you basically have rights to, I'm going to open up this one, for example. You can go right here and edit the event if you need to. You can delete the event if you need to. You can email any guests that you've added to this particular event. You can see down here that I have one guest right here to this event. So if I wanted to email her to remind her or anything, I can do that right within here. I can also go in and there's other options. If this were an event that is not on my calendar, but perhaps I wanted it on my calendar. Maybe I needed to go. This is the district calendar for staff. If this was something that I wanted to make sure that I had on my calendar, perhaps because I was invited to it, I can come here and I can select copy. And what it will do is it will automatically open this up. I can change any information I need to specifically for me, click save. And now you will see that now I have the same meeting on my calendar. You can see it's coded green, so I know it's mine. And then if I don't need that, I can simply click back on it, click the trash can, and it will basically delete it. Now notice I'm viewing from Sunday to all the way to the end of the week through Saturday. You don't have to see the weekends. In fact, I typically don't. And to get rid of them, if you come up here to your settings menu and click on that and go into settings, what you can do is you can scroll down and you can choose to show the weekends or not show the weekends. I'm going to turn that off. I'm toggled it off now, and then I'm going to go back out, and you will see now that my Saturday and Sunday are no longer there. And this just gives you a little bit more screen real estate to view your options. If I toggle over to my week, you see that it's a little bit more information there. So that's kind of the basics of how you would navigate and view your calendar. Stay tuned for future videos on Google Calendar. I'm going to show you how to set up events, how to invite folks, etc.